Close your eyes for a second. Not completely. Just enough to quiet the noise around you. Because what you're about to hear is not just another video. It's not random. It's not coincidence. You didn't scroll here by accident. Right now, in this exact moment, God is personally speaking to you. Yes, you. I know, part of you is already questioning it. Is this really for me? Why would God talk to me? But listen carefully. Because the very fact that you're still here, still listening, means something deeper is happening. There's a reason your heart slowed down just a little. There's a reason your mind went quiet. That's not me. That's Him. And He wants you to hear this clearly tonight. I have not forgotten you. Let that sink in. Because I know you've been feeling invisible lately. Like your prayers are hitting the ceiling and falling back down. Like no one really understands what you're carrying inside. You smile in front of people. But deep down, there's a storm. A silent one. The kind no one sees. But God sees it. Every single tear you never showed anyone. He counted it. Every night you stayed awake, overthinking. He was right there beside you. Even when you thought you were alone. You weren't. You just couldn't feel Him. And that scared you. Because silence feels like distance. But listen to this carefully. God's silence does not mean His absence. Sometimes He's quiet. Because He's working on something bigger than you can imagine. Something you wouldn't understand. Even if He explained it. And tonight, He wants you to stop doubting that. Because what's coming into your life is going to make sense of everything that didn't. Every delay. Every rejection. Every moment you felt left behind was not punishment. It was preparation. I know. You've asked, why me? Why did things have to be this hard? Why did people walk away? Why did doors close when you needed them open the most? And God is answering you now. Because I am protecting you from what you cannot see. That relationship you lost was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to redirect you. That opportunity you didn't get was not failure. It was divine timing. You see, you've been trying to control everything. Trying to figure it all out. Trying to hold everything together. And it's exhausting you. You feel it, don't you? That heaviness in your chest. That constant pressure in your mind. Like you can't breathe properly anymore. That's not how you're meant to live. God is saying, let go. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Let go of the fear. Let go of the overthinking. Let go of the need to understand everything. Because faith doesn't work that way. Faith is walking forward. Even when you can't see the path. And you've already done that, more than you realize. You've survived things that should have broken you. Think about that. There were moments you didn't think you'd make it through. But you did. Not because you're lucky. But because God was carrying you. Even when you didn't notice. And right now, He's asking you to trust Him again. Not halfway. Not with conditions. Fully. Because what He has planned for you is bigger than your fear. Bigger than your past. Bigger than your mistakes. Yes, even those mistakes. The ones you still feel guilty about. The ones you replay in your head at night. Wishing you could go back and change them. God already knew you would make them. And He still chose you. Let that hit you. He still chose you. Not a perfect version of you. Not a future version of you. You, as you are right now. broken, confused, tired, still worthy, still loved, still chosen. And tonight, He wants you to stop running from that truth. Because deep down, you don't feel worthy of good things anymore. You doubt happiness. You doubt peace. You even doubt love. But God is saying, I am restoring what you thought was lost forever. That peace you miss, it's coming back. That joy you used to feel, it's returning. But first, you have to believe it's possible again. I know. That's the hardest part. Believing again. After everything you've been through. Trusting again. After being hurt. Hoping again. After disappointment. But that's exactly where your breakthrough begins. Not when everything changes. But when you do. When you choose to believe. Even with scars. When you choose to trust. Even with doubts. When you choose to move forward. Even when you're afraid. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving despite it. And God sees your effort. Even the small steps. Even the days you barely made it out of bed. But still tried. That matters more than you think. You're not as far behind as you feel. You're not as lost as you believe. You're actually closer than ever. Closer to your breakthrough. Closer to your peace. Closer to the life you've been praying for. But the enemy in your mind keeps telling you the opposite. Nothing will change. You're stuck like this. You're not enough. Those thoughts are not from God. God's voice doesn't tear you down. It lifts you up. Even when it corrects you. It comes with love. And love is what He's surrounding you with right now. Even if you can't feel it yet. Because feelings can lie. But His promises never do. So tonight, before you sleep, I want you to do something different. Don't overthink. Don't analyze. Just listen. In the silence. In that quiet moment. When everything slows down. He will speak. Not in a loud voice. Not in something dramatic. But in peace. A calm you can't explain. A stillness that doesn't make sense. That's Him. And when you feel that, hold on to it. Because that's your reminder. You are not alone. You never were. And you never will be. No matter what happens next, God is already there. Working. Guiding. Protecting. Even now. Especially now. So don't give up. Not tonight. Not when you've come this far. Not when everything is about to shift. Because it is. Things are changing. Slowly, quietly. But powerfully. And one day, soon, you're going to look back at this moment. And realize. This was the night everything started to turn around. This was the night you stopped doubting. And started believing again. This was the night God spoke to you. And you listened. Stay here for a moment. Just breathe. You're safe. You're seen. You're loved. More than you could ever imagine. Stay with me. Don't rush this moment. Because something is still unfolding. And you need to hear the rest. You felt something just now, didn't you? That quiet. That pause. Like time slowed down for a second. That wasn't random. That was God gently reaching into your heart. Reminding you, I'm still here. And He's not finished speaking to you yet. Because there's something you've been carrying. Something heavy. That you haven't told anyone. You've learned to hide it well. You laugh. You talk. You show up. But inside, there's a question that won't leave you alone. What if nothing changes? That thought has been following you everywhere. In the morning, in the middle of the day, and especially at night, when everything gets quiet. But listen carefully. That fear is not your future. God is saying, stop agreeing with the lie. Because when you repeat those thoughts, when you believe them, you're giving power to something that was never meant to control you. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. And your life is not over. In fact, you are in a transition. And transitions feel uncomfortable. They feel uncertain. They feel messy. Because you're leaving behind one version of your life and stepping into another. But here's the part no one tells you. Before something new begins, everything feels like it's falling apart. And that's exactly where you are right now. Things don't feel stable. People are acting different. Your emotions are all over the place. Some days you feel strong. Other days, you don't even recognize yourself. But that doesn't mean you're losing yourself. It means you're being reshaped. God is removing things that no longer belong in your life. Old habits. Old patterns. Even certain people. And yes, it hurts. Because you didn't expect it. You didn't see it coming. But God did. And He allowed it. Because what's ahead of you cannot be reached with what's behind you. You can't carry everything into your next season. Some things you have to release, even if you don't fully understand why. And I know that's hard for you, because you like clarity. You like knowing what's next. You want answers before you take the step. But God is asking you to trust Him. Even without the full picture. Even without the explanation. Because if He showed you everything right now, it would overwhelm you. So instead, He's guiding you step by step. Moment by moment. And tonight, this moment is one of those steps. You're not here by accident. You're here because something inside you is ready to change. Ready to heal. Ready to let go. Ready to grow. Even if another part of you is scared. And that's okay. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be willing. Willing to listen. Willing to trust. Willing to move. Even if it's just a little. Because small steps still move you forward. And God sees every single one of them. Even the ones no one else notices. Even the ones you think don't matter. They do. Because progress is not about speed. It's about direction. And your direction is finally aligning with your purpose. You may not see it yet. But you will. Sooner than you think. There's something shifting in your life right now. Behind the scenes. Doors are being prepared. Opportunities are being arranged. People are being positioned. And when the time is right, everything will come together. In a way that makes you stop and say, now I understand. But until that moment comes, you have to hold on. Not to fear. Not to doubt. But to faith. Even if it's a small amount. Even if it's fragile. Because even the smallest faith is enough for God to work with. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to feel strong all the time. You just need to stay connected. Stay open. Stay present. And right now, you are. That's why you're still listening. That's why something in you hasn't clicked away yet. Because your spirit recognizes something, even if your mind doesn't fully understand it. And that recognition is powerful. It means you're waking up. Not physically, but spiritually. You're starting to see things differently. You're starting to question things you used to accept. You're starting to feel that your life has a deeper purpose. And you're right. It does. You weren't created to just survive. You were created to live with meaning. To grow. To impact. To become someone stronger. Wiser. More grounded. But before that happens, there's a process. And you're in it. Right now. This moment. This feeling. This uncertainty. It's all part of it. So don't run from it. Don't numb it. Don't distract yourself from it. Lean into it. Because God is using this season to prepare you for something greater. Something you've prayed for. Even if you've forgotten those prayers. He hasn't. Not one of them. Every word you whispered in pain. Every tear you cried in silence. He heard it all. And He's responding. Not always in the way you expected, but always in the way you need. So trust this process. Even when it doesn't make sense. Even when it feels slow. Even when it feels like nothing is happening. Because something is happening. Right now. Inside you. Around you. For you. And very soon, you're going to see the evidence of it. In your life. In your peace. In your strength. But for now, just stay here. Stay in this moment. Let your heart be still. And listen again. Because God is still speaking. Don't move yet. Stay in this stillness a little longer. Because what you're feeling right now, this quiet pull inside your chest, that's not something to ignore. That's where God is speaking the loudest. Not in noise. Not in chaos. But in stillness. And right now, He's asking you something simple, but deeply personal. Will you trust me, even here? Even in this uncertainty. Even in this waiting season. Even when nothing around you looks like it's improving. Because let's be honest, that's where your struggle really is. It's not that you don't believe in God. It's not that you don't want things to get better. It's that you're tired of waiting. Tired of hoping. And then feeling disappointed. Tired of praying. And not seeing immediate results. Tired of trying. And feeling like it's not enough. And God sees that exhaustion. He sees how heavy it's been for you to keep going, when everything in you just wants to stop. But listen carefully. This is the moment that defines everything. Not when things are easy. Not when everything is going your way. But right here. When it's hard. When your faith feels weak. When your motivation is low. When you don't have clear answers. Because choosing to trust God in this moment, that's what changes your life. That's what opens doors you can't see yet. That's what shifts your path. In ways you won't fully understand until later. You see, most people give up right here. Right before things start to change. Right before the breakthrough. They walk away. Because it gets uncomfortable. Because it takes longer than expected. Because it doesn't look the way they imagined. But you're still here. Still listening. Still searching. Still holding on, even if it's by a thread. And that matters more than you think. Because that thread is still connected to God. And He's not letting go of it. Not now. Not ever. So even if your grip feels weak, His grip is strong. And He's holding you steady. through everything you're going through. Even the things you haven't told anyone. That one situation you keep thinking about. That one person you can't seem to forget. That one fear that keeps showing up at night. God knows all of it. And He's not judging you for it. He's not disappointed in you. He's not sitting there waiting for you to be perfect. He's walking with you through it, step by step, thought by thought, moment by moment. And tonight, He's asking you to release something. Not everything at once. Just one thing. That one burden that feels the heaviest. Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's regret. Maybe it's fear of the future. Whatever it is, He's saying, give it to me. Not because you're weak, but because you were never meant to carry it alone. And you've been trying to, haven't you? Holding it in. Pushing through. Pretending you're okay. But deep down, you know you're tired. And that's okay. You're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to feel overwhelmed. But you're not meant to stay there. You're not meant to live in that weight forever. That's why this moment matters. Because right now, you have a choice. You can keep holding on to everything. Or you can start letting go. Little by little. Piece by piece. And the moment you do, something shifts. Not always outside, but inside. Your breathing changes. Your thoughts slow down. Your heart feels lighter. That's what God's presence does. It doesn't always remove the situation immediately, but it changes how you carry it. And sometimes, that's the first step toward everything changing. So take a breath right now. Slowly. And as you do, imagine releasing that weight. Not perfectly. Not completely. Just enough to feel a little bit of peace. That's all it takes to begin. You don't have to have everything figured out tonight. You don't have to solve your entire life right now. You just need to take this moment and let God meet you in it. Because He is here. Right now. Closer than you think. Closer than you've felt in a long time. And He's not leaving. Even after this video ends. He stays. That peace you feel. That calm. That quiet reassurance. That's something you can carry with you. Into tomorrow. Into your next step. Into whatever comes next. Because you're not walking into your future alone. God is already there. Preparing it. Shaping it. Protecting it. Even the parts you're worried about. Even the things you're afraid might go wrong. He's already ahead of you. Making a way. Even where you don't see one. So stop trying to predict everything. Stop trying to control every outcome. And just take the next step. That's all He's asking. Not 10 steps. Not the whole journey. Just the next one. And when you take it, He'll meet you there. And then the next. And the next. Until one day, you look back and realize you made it through everything you thought you couldn't. You grew through it. You became stronger through it. And most importantly, you didn't go through it alone. So tonight, before you close your eyes, remember this. You are held. Even when you feel like you're falling. You are guided. Even when you feel lost. You are loved. Even when you doubt it. And nothing can separate you from that. Not your past. Not your mistakes. Not your fears. Nothing. So rest now. Not just your body, but your mind. Let the noise fade. Let the pressure go. And just be still. Because in that stillness, God is still speaking. And this time, you're finally hearing Him.